beautiful mushroom growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung. Oh. That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my phoenix. My love is a mushroom that grew from some shit. These burns! Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? No, not at all. We parted on very good terms. That can't be. You killed him.
Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup.
Really?
Yes, it seems that they both wanted it that way. They wanted it that way.
So the victim wanted to break up with her?
Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache.
Winston Payne cover of I Want It That Way when? Not just Winston Payne, all the prosecuting attorneys. How many Backstreet Boys are there? 5? Yeah. So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you? Well, you see.
Oh, what a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. By the way, I have never once considered leaving my wife.
Irrelevant. No one cares, Mr. Payne! She didn't deny it. That must mean Dog Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature. Silly Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne's a weirdo. I also want to see what his wife looks like. Listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hand. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony. This my darling Phoenix 8 months ago. It's like pure. This is the lie. You were here for this. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your... Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
Nani? Oh, what is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss A?
8 months ago, right here in this very courtroom, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy?
You mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in the incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order! 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 This is unbelievable. It's true then. The loveliest rose cannot... Shut the fuck up, Your Honor.
Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated... I, Winston Payne, will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, eh? Mr. Judge, sir, I don't know why I said it like that. I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the obsolete truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I see. Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Punch her! Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. Hey! What is this yaoi dialogue? I can hardly tell which is more inflamed. My spirit or my empress. Ugh. Holy cow, yep. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. This guy can't hold his gas bagging together, can he? I mean, hemorrhoids is painful. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. From the poison store? Just 2 teaspoons? That's a lot of yeah, just... A spoonful of poison makes the lawyer man go down in the most delightful way. So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you've just heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination!
Yeah. Why did the defense suddenly feel stronger? What the fuck?
Aha! Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing! Tim Curry, is that you? Could have been more effective with some potassium cyanide. Ay! Which is lethal in 0.05 teaspoons. Yeah, but this is Ace Attorney. We gotta be extra. What a dumb murder. Yeah. So what you're telling me is that this is... In fact, how big is this? Is that 2 teeth? Yeah, I guess that's pretty sizable. Because we saw in that flashback Phoenix holding it. What were you talking about with the defense attorney? When they showed Phoenix wearing it, it looked huge, yeah. Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential. According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case. The lawyer that was killed, he said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all what that incident was?
That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case.
Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record. You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign. I'm a Sagittarius, you know. I'm using that to explain my shitty behavior.
Don't worry, Dolly. I'll protect you.
You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady. Oh, Feeny, please. Those two really are making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison. Oops. Boy, the amount of times I've heard, you're a Taurus, of course you're always angry. Yeah, like what the fuck? I remember one person once questioned my friendship because her friendship with me because I'm an Aries. How long were you gone? I've already answered all these questions for the police, but if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes? And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet? Based off of Zodiac? Yeah, really? Where were you during that stretch of time? Taking a massive shit?
What are you saying, Miss Faye?
Nay, yay, nay, yeah.
Toilet? My perfect little Dolly doesn't poop!
Phoenix! 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 Bro! So... thing you need to know, right? Women are just as gross as the rest of us. And it's fine. Don't even worry about it, Phoenix. The human body is disgusting, and women are not exceptions to that rule. You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. She doesn't poop. Well, I guess that's all the evidence we need. Oh, Feeny, please.
The police have attorney looked into this whole matter? This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of
My brain is dead. Phoenix? Phoenix, no! About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? Oh, about as much as fits in this bottle necklace. I mean, nothing!
Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops says it's 1/2 fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
So it's about 2... What? Why are we doing math? Why are we doing maths? In court! In Phoenix Wright! The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there from a bottle necklace. A special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh, and where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry, all I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. He said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it. Advanced chemicals that could have been gotten from your boyfriend in the pharmacology department!
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive.
The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? And that's the reason they didn't arrest you? Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison? I think that's a good enough reason, Madame Faye.
She's right, and I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions.
So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison. And all we have to do is find a way to establish how she'd have gotten some, right?
Great, now just how did a lit student get hold of a poison of all things? Yes! You wouldn't know how to get that... Oh, you wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. I thought she was gonna say you wouldn't know how to get it, but your boyfriend would've... What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Man, chat just like died after that Dahlia doesn't poop line.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. Do you guys say laboratory or laboratory? I say laboratory until I have to think about it, and then I'm pretty sure I just switch between them. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Laboratory, okay. Fair enough. I like laboratory. I think laboratory sounds cooler. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that would be the one sitting at his very table. You!
No!
Order!
That makes me think of lobotomy. Fair.
Could it be?
That's nothing but a baseless...
May I say something, Madame Faye? What? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. Let's go to the laboratory for a lobotomy. Let's go to the laboratory for a lobotomy. Done.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madame, but this is a court of law? If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She got me good with that. She got me good with basic lawyering facts.
Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Fairy. Unless we can come up with some kind of evidence, we're gonna...
Oh, I'm changing his accent.
Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
The police conducted a full body search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right here, right after the crime occurred.
We're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder? Then where is this container?
It's quite obviously this thing. It's my attorney's badge. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to somebody that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched for some reason.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present. What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Fay?
Judge, you're dense as shit. The day the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Fuck! Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away.
What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain that if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount from 8 months ago. I guess if he hasn't washed it.
No! No!
And no, that's not the voice I'm giving her, but when she screams, it is.
Order in the court.
Oh no.
On behalf of...
That's not his voice.
On behalf of Dahlia, I object! Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her?
Why? Because I'm madly in love with her.
Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia want to date you anyway?
Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too, right?
Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... because she's madly in love with you. To keep you quiet because of that necklace. She wants it back. Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck that you keep showing to people. Apparently. My necklace? I'm so taken aback, I'm going to compulsively save. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely has to get it back.
You're lying.
But you never give it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she...
I don't believe you. No, that's a lie.
Whoa!
He's getting away. Bailiff, hurry after him.
What is going on?
Mia, are you all right?
Yeah, I think so. What just happened?
Boy, he went completely insane.
Where did he go? Oh, he's gone.
Looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no.
Oh no.
What is it?
The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone.
What? That's terrible.
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me.
Foolish boy. It's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
Precedented. I said precedented. Oops.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough.
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace?
Forgive me, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just give back the necklace. What?! Fuck. But Phoenix. I also hate young Phoenix, Becca. I hated him for his design and for like the half an hour that I spent with him. But holy shit. I'm glad he's not like this anymore. Why did you eat it? Nani?
You ate it?
It was too big to swallow. So he just chewed up and ate shards of glass and metal. Phoenix.
What the?
What?
What is he doing now?
Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That ball you said... It's also made of glass, Mia! Oh, I'm glad this is funny for you, Mr. Payne.
It seems that the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bowl
Did not contain a deadly poison.
How can you be so sure?
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive.
Are we just going to ignore the fact that he chewed a glass bottle and swallowed it? This fucking game.
As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
So it would seem.
No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that, or the poison must have lost its potency. It's been 8 months.
There. It's all right, Rookie.
Shut the fuck up.
Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us in the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your ass of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
But why? Also, shouldn't we call an ambulance?
It's maybe impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial.
Who said hold it? Mr. Wright?
I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down.
Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say?
There's something I forgot to...
Fuck's sake.
What?
That day, the day I met Doug Swallow.
That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about her, about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief!
Stop it! Don't talk about her like that.
Is it true? Did he really say that? Also, I know it's been like over 3 hours. I'm not going to do the entire episode in one sitting like for the following episodes. I'm just doing this one because it's the tutorial.
That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him.
What?
She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly.
Oh, dear.
Your Honor, this is... The defendant is... Miss Fay, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent.
So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago, too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow.
The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone.
Miss Fay.
You're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this.
Yeah, this is your last chance. Think carefully now and compulsively save. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore, exactly
who was Miss Hawthorne, Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
Phoenix, so she could get her thing back. There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way, and that person was Mr. Pohoenix Wright.
Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered.
Well, it's true, that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Mr. Pohoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love.
Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it! As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
but even so, why? Why would she go so far as to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria. Oh, you're right, it is huge! Dahlia Hawthorne could only think of one thing.
How to get rid of the bottle necklace as
How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible.
No, it can't be.
It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time, but there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence.
That can't be true.
Oh no. Feeny, what a joke you are. There she is. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne?
It appears we're nearing the end of this trial, are we? Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal! You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne! We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Yeah, he ate glass. And like that, the mask is gone. Yeah. It's not the first time this has happened in this series. Remember April, May? Eenie Miney? Or I guess she was Mimi Miney. Who else was there? No, that's all that's coming to mind at the moment. I guess it happens once per game. Well, hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked?
Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge?
Where do those fucking butterflies keep coming from? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
But we're not finished!
Fine, then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. She just leave? She deadass just left! I can't let her get away this time.
Stop, Mia, if you keep on pushing without any evidence. You could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
Be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
Really? No. You better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say Miss Gray? Oh.
Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. To be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. I'm gonna save again.
Impossible! You can't possibly!
Yeah, that's what impossible means. Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that has already been enough discussion. Therefore, allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
If we're unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there.
Well then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence.
Once more.
Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
Oh. Is that why he took it? That's gotta be it. That's why he took the bottle when he was pushed back, because that's where the poison is. Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X? Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine?
Does our rookie defense have a bit of a cold, defense attorney?
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony?
But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident.
Oh! He didn't grab it as he was falling, because that was at 3. That's not lunchtime. He took it off of her.
I always eat with Dahlia, it's just the two of us.
She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine.
He took it to warn him. I'm so hungry right now. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
Huh? What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden
In her bottle necklace.
which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying the bottle of poisoned cold medicine, so why wasn't her DNA on it? She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months.
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. If I seem agitated, it's because my blood sugar's low. I need lunch. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Mr. Doug Swallow. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Huh? Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. That's illegal. Something you can legally do in court, right? I double, triple, quadruple, doggy dare you, or whatever the fuck it is people say. Faye! I'm not gonna scream. Oh boy.
Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey?
You know what? It's been 3.5 hours. I think we can call it here. Oh man, this will be fun for Dimitri to come back to when he has to voice her next week. Yeah, no, I need to eat. I need food. So let's just call that for today. What a cliffhanger, I know, right? Well, let's just double check that I did save properly. Fair enough, yeah. Okay, good. It's there. Sweet. Feed yourself before your tummy eats itself, yeah. I'll post the screenshots to social media and all that as usual, but I'll do that after lunch. So, yeah. But I'm excited to come back to this. So, with that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hit that follow button if you want to see more content like this, and if you want to support me, consider hitting that subscribe button, pledging to my Patreon, or tipping via Streamlabs. The appropriate links for which in the description down below. But as always, your viewership is the best way to support me. I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to fuck that like button. Bye!